Oh boy. So, can you see that title? Because I can. So, I never thought I would be doing this. I usually leave this to phelous, or phelous, or whatever. But, since he hasn't reviewed this movie to my knowledge, possibly has, this is Dingo Pictures knockoff Bambi. Goldie? Let's see. This brings flashbacks to Good Times Rudolph movie to me.
There was an excited silence in the magic forest.
I haven't watched
All
this
the
before.
animals, trees, and flowers seemed to hold their breath.
Well, they got that right. What was that? Okay, I guess that squirrel's a little too excited for himself, isn't he?
If anyone dared say something, he whispered it quietly. When will it happen? The mouse squeaked, shy of him before. Shh.
I thought they were
The
whispering.
old tree said in a domineering way. Should I have a look? Asked the squirrel. Don't do that.
Why is the narrator whispering?
You will rustle the leaves too loud. We must be patient. But to remain patient was difficult for the animals. Restlessly, the squirrel hopped around. If you believe I'm too loud, perhaps the bird may have a look. He's very quiet, he begged. Although the old tree would, of course, never have admitted how curious he was, he had had this idea before. You young people are not able to wait, he mumbled. Well, let the bird have a look. The bird was happy to be able to do something and flew away. The animals were left behind.
Okay, I guess he's finally useful now. Is he Zoidberg? Ugh.
Hurrah! Could suddenly be heard in the forest. Hurrah! It's there! It's there! The bird was fluttering over the animals excitedly. The silence of the forest was over.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's a little glitched out. Looks like the CPU just crashed.
May we visit it? Just go, said the old tree. Send it my regards and tell it that I am waiting for its visit.
Okay, so I guess the old tree is kind of like the, I don't even know how to say it. I can't. This is a family channel. So, knock off Bambi and exact copy mother. And completely different father.
I think there are visitors.
Possibly father.
The animals were whispering to each other. This is the prettiest little kid that was ever born in the magic forest.
You said what now? Really prettiest golden. Little kip? What the heck is that?
What's its name? Said Mumu the hare. We don't know yet, said the father. We haven't had any time to think about it.
The father doesn't know his own son's name.
Just now, said Mother Deer. Wushu was surprised. I have given it a name, he asked, full of amazement. Yes, Mother Deer laughed. What? Haven't you said that the kid is golden? Goldie is the right name for my little daughter.
Well, that was quick, nice and instead of a boy, this time it's a girl.
This is a
unless this is telling the story the other way around, from Bambi's girlfriend to Bambi. Sure does kind of look like a boy.
Jump and run. Bushel became her best friend. He played and rollicked with Goldie all day long.
Yeah, the Waboo squirrel.
He introduced her to the other animals. They were happy
about the visit of the two looks friends. Like they're having another crash.
Because she was always friendly and cheerful.
Oh boy. So this is why this movie is so confusing.
When the friends had rollicked about enough, they went to the old trees. They lay down under the branches and listened to the old stories. The trees had been living in the forest for a long time.
Wait, so are the trees telling the stories, or is it what? I almost said waffle.
Wild bears and buffaloes were still alive, and when only a few people came into this part of the forest. Today, the trees told Goldie The human beings could be dangerous.
Why is the narrator still whispering? It's
Sunday
almost like he's trying
they
not to wake up
invaded
his
the forest
mom.
in big groups and could disturb the silence of the animals. And sometimes, the tree said, hunters came into the forest and would kill the animals with their guns. Yes.
Wow. Well, this one does
Goldie
have
had
one
never
thing
seen
up
a
from the
man
Disney
before,
version.
she could not quite
It
believe the
mentions
stories
how
told by the
Bambi's
trees.
mother died.
But even without men, the forest could become dangerous. Goldie had to learn this quickly.
Okay. Boy, walking backwards sure does make you go forward.
It was nearly summer, and everywhere it was blooming in the most beautiful colors. Goldie was watching the bees busily collecting the pollen.
What?
One of the bees she found particularly pretty and tried to nudge her with her nose again and again. The bee enjoyed this very much and played tag with Goldie.
What?
Take care, Bushel shouted. But it was already too late. Goldie had fallen into the pond. She was rowing her legs heftily. The water's not too deep, Bushel shouted. You can stand there. And indeed, when Goldie stopped kicking around, she noticed that her legs were on solid ground.
What?
She quickly jumped out of the pond. Bushel laughed his head off. And the bee was giggling.
Yeah, it sure
Stop
does look
laughing,
like
you
his
two.
head is
That
gonna
could have
fall
happened
off.
to you just as well. But not to me, the bee said cheerfully. And I always take care where I run along,
Okay,
Bushel said, full of
bees get
self-confidence.
very
Goldie
angry
was sulking,
very quickly.
but not for long. The day was much too pretty to feel offended.
Wait, the day was offended?
In the evening,
Sorry, I'm just
Goldie and
messing
Bushel
around with
ran home
something.
tiredly. Goldie's mother usually waited at the edge of the protected plantation area for the two friends. But today, nobody was to be seen, full of unrest.
What's the main
Both of them
character's
were
name
looking
again?
around. Very strange, Goldie said. Where could she be now? Goldie and Bushel searched again and again until it became dark.
Walking backwards sure does
They
make me
asked all
walk
the animals
forward,
whether they
said
had seen
Michael
Goldie's
Jackson.
mother, but nobody knew anything.
Is this Dingo's attempt at suspenseful music? And why does the bear
Tired
still
and
have the
sad,
bunny,
Goldie and Bushel lay
the
down to
beehive?
sleep. The next morning they started the search again. After many hours of unsuccessful searching, they sat down in a meadow and were utterly depressed. What's the matter with you? They suddenly heard a voice.
And here's
Can I
knockoff
help you
Thumper.
with anything? It was Mummer, who had seen the two when he was looking for food. Oh, Mummer, Goldie said. My mother's disappeared and nobody has seen her. We already asked all the animals in the forest. Oh dear, Mummer was terrified. That sounds bad. I've thought something like that before. Do you know anything? Have you seen anything?
Well, they
I'm
sure
wrong,
are
but I'm
pretty
afraid
close
I'm
to those
right,
mushrooms,
Mummer
aren't they?
Yesterday about lunchtime, I was lolloping along with my children in the meadow over there.
Wait, so
Then
this
I
isn't
came quite near
knockoff
to your
Thumper?
protected
This is
forest area.
knockoff Thumper's
Suddenly
mother?
it became dark, but it was not the sun that went down, but big shadows were falling on the grass. Mummer became very quiet. They were men. Men! Goldie shouted, horrified. Did they have guns? Did they kill my
that was
mother?
shouting?
I don't know. As soon as we noticed the men, we ran off quickly. But I haven't heard any shots. Carry on. What happened then? I don't know, Mummer said sadly.
Well, wow, nice photoshopping you
Mummer
got
would have
there.
liked to comfort Goldie.
Wait, is he laughing or crying?
So he lolloped away slowly. Let's go to the trees. They've seen so much. Perhaps they know what may have happened. Bushel suggested. They ran to the trees quickly and told them what they had heard from Mummer. Oh dear, said the trees. That is bad. No one who has had anything to do with human beings has come back into our forest. From now on, nobody could hear Goldie laughing in the magic forest anymore. With
Wait, the
sad
forest
eyes,
is
she
magic
sat in the
now?
meadow without
Is that
saying
why
a
they can
word.
talk?
The other animals missed her laughing and rollicking, and after a while they also became more and more sad. It became quiet in the magic forest. Even the birds twittered only little messages to one another. It was almost to have believed that even the sun did not shine so brightly anymore, for it had become darker and darker in the forest.
Okay.
One day, an old wandering bear came into the magic forest.
Bear!
He looked around in amazement.
Oh, and I accidentally rewind.
Certainly had been happy. He took a rest near the old trees. "Hi, old tree," he said. "What has happened here? Why do you all keep your heads down?" "Shh, shh," the tree said, because the bear had spoken very loud, and nobody had done that in the magic forest in a long time. The bear looked amazed. "If you're not allowed to speak loudly anymore, you're in a bad situation. Now tell me immediately. There's always some way to help." "Not in this case," said the tree. "Listen, some months ago we were all very glad and happy. Then something terrible happened after that." And the old tree told the bear the story of Goldie and the disappearance of her mother. The bear listened full of interest. "Is there anything by which you can recognize Goldie's mother?" he asked. "Yes. Goldie's mother had a white spot on her right front leg. That is something very special." "Then I've seen Goldie's mother," said the bear. "You've seen her? Is she alive?" the tree called. "She's alive!" The bird, sitting on the branches of the old tree, shouted. He had heard everything and rose in the air and shouted, "She lives! She lives!" The animals looked up in horror. "Have you heard? The bird said she lives." They whispered because they did not dare talk too loudly yet. But as there were so many whispering, the whispering became louder and louder, and then there was a rustling through the magic forest. "She lives! Goldie's mother lives!" Goldie, who was sitting in the meadow, sadly heard this as well. "She lives!" She could hardly believe it. "The bear's seen your mother. She lives!" the bird shouted excitedly. Goldie jumped up. "Where's the bear?" "Near the old trees," the bird shouted. Now at last, after a long time, Goldie ran away with long jumps.
Walking backwards again.
"Stop! Not so quickly!" Bushel shouted and was hopping behind her.
"You shouldn't even be alive, Bushel. You got killed by Waboo."
Where have you seen my mother?" she called as she arrived by the old trees. "That is a sad and long story," the bear said. Meanwhile, all the other animals had come together around the trees.
I thought he said she was alive.
"Listen," said the bear. "You will know that many thousands of animals are killed by the people." They all shouted in horror, "But not always. Sometimes we're just caught and locked up by the human beings." "Why does that happen?" Mumble asked. "I don't know exactly," the bear said. "Whatever the reason may be, they give us just a little piece of earth. They make a high fence with points around us so that it becomes impossible to jump across it. That is called an enclosure by the human beings. And then what will happen to the animals that are locked up?" the mouse squeaked. "Something strange will happen. Every day many people turn up and look through the fence. We are never unwatched. There's absolutely no place we can go and hide ourselves from the looks of man."
Okay.
"That's absolutely horrible," said the shy hedgehog.
Bambi's mother
"That's not everything," the bear said. "Often the people bring along drinks and food, and then they throw the empty tins and bottles behind the fence."
Okay, that is true of real life, but...
"Exactly there," the bear said. "And often the animals injure themselves on pieces of glass or tins." "And Goldie's mother?" "I've seen Goldie's mother in exactly such an enclosure." "Is she injured?" Goldie asked in horror. "I don't think so, but she's ill." "Ill?" the old tree moaned. "Is it bad?" "Yes. Unfortunately, the men do not come to the fence on foot, but they come in big cars. And these cars make a horrible noise and pollute the air. And the animals must breathe this polluted air all day long. And that's why Goldie's mother coughs all the time and has become ill." "She can't get away from that?" Bushel asked. The bear shook his head. Goldie's tears were running over her cheeks, and even the trees started crying.
Oh boy, reusing animations. How fun. This is one of the few. This is one of the few characters that hasn't been repeated.
There must be a way to free the animals. It has never been
Well,
tried until
in
now.
not that many movies. Well, they don't really need to use knockoff Bambi for that much.
That's true. It is too high. But how do you know that that's the only way over the fence? Perhaps there may be a way under the fence. Under the fence? The animal shouted. That's the idea. Then off we go.
Yeah, I'm guessing they wanted to be extra lazy and didn't bother to draw the mole's lower half.
It was a tiring way, and it lasted for many, many hours.
Okay, they're walking backwards. I just don't know what to say about this besides this is a completely original Dingo track. This is not what they usually use.
At last they saw the fence. Goldie wanted to run. Stop, ordered the bear. We've got to wait until it is dark and the people have gone home. Or do you want to be caught yourself?
Oh god, a reference to Animal Soccer World.
Quiet. The last car took off. Let's go, the bear whispered. Cautiously, they all moved to the enclosure. It was a sad sight they saw. The tired animals stood on little pieces of earth, and they all looked very ill.
What the heck? Why is there so many of them?
Mom,
and why are they all copied?
But when Mom did not react, she shouted a bit louder, Mom! Very slowly, Mother Deer turned around her head.
What?
Goldie?
What? They didn't even bother to animate it. I know I shouldn't be surprised, but
all were quiet because of their emotion. Mummel was the first to start talking. I'm as glad as you are, he said, breathing deeply. But we must start working now. We want to free all of you.
Work pretty fast, as there's only 2 minutes left.
Let's start. All of a sudden, the animals had disappeared.
Wait, what? So, okay, I guess not the ones in the pants.
Goldie's mother asked. Don't you hear anything? Goldie asked. Mother Deer raised her ears so she could hear it herself. There was a nibbling and a scratching.
What the heck? Are they making popcorn out of the ground?
The hare, the squirrel,
wait a minute. They're chewing the metal off the
busily
fence?
At the fence with their sharp teeth, whereas the moles
sure, their teeth may be sharp, but I seriously doubt that animals can bite through thick metal.
Mummel said at last. If you can make yourselves very small, you can slip through the fence. Full of doubt, the locked animals came nearer. Carry on. Who will be first? The bear asked. I'm sure it will work. Goldie's mother made herself as small as she could, and she was at last able to slip through the fence.
And there's the track that they usually use. And everyone vibrated.
Shh, shh, Mummel said.
Almost the end.
But first of all, the others have to get out of there. While Goldie and her mother were cuddling to one another, the other animals slipped through the fence. And away from here as quickly as possible. It's already getting bright, and soon the first people will turn up here, the bear warned.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was a strange procession which at dawn moved towards the magic forest. Often they had to take a rest, because some of the animals were injured and very weak.
What the heck? He's wearing that deer as a scarf.
They're coming! The bird shouted. Under the old trees, they came together for a great festival.
Shudder.
And at last, after many weeks and months, everybody was happy and cheerful in the magic forest again. And also the sunbeams were dancing, full of joy on the leaves,
but
the
that's
bushes,
a bee.
and the trees.
Okay, repeated animation. Well, that definitely was something. I don't know what. I mean, that was definitely Dingo's version of knockoff Bambi called Goldie. I had to remind myself. So that was definitely something. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, phelous, whatever your channel is supposed to be pronounced, I love your videos. Keep them up. This is for you, so that way you don't have to do it.